What's up, people? I thought I'd catch up with you in the international break. I did say that we'll have to pick up some topics last week. So, topics of today is XHAKA and Unai Emery, should he leave. So, let's talk about XHAKA first. So, XHAKA has come out and he said a plethora of things in the media. He said that he feels hurt by the club. He said that he feels betrayed by Unai Emery, and he says that he might be seeking a transfer in January. So, look, this guy is saying everything under the sun except for the one thing that he should be saying, and that is, I'm sorry. I messed up. I shouldn't have said what I said, and I should have been more professional. That's what we've been waiting for him to say for a couple of weeks now, and the man ain't even uttered those words. So if you want to go in January, goodbye, see ya, and don't let the door hit you on the way out. Because XHAKA's coming off like a petulant little child. And for those of you who are parents, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. In terms of when a child does something wrong, instead of owning and taking the blame, they finger point and start throwing mud at everybody else. And that's exactly what XHAKA is doing. XHAKA is blaming everybody else except for himself. This is Mourinho-like in terms of why the fans are saying they don't want Jose Mourinho. Because this is the same type of childlike behavior that he comes up with when he doesn't get his way. So when you hear people saying they don't want Mourinho, look at what XHAKA's saying in the media right now. That's exactly what they're talking about. So in my opinion, I would ship him out as soon as possible. Not only was he not pulling his weight as a player, not only was he not grabbing the bull by the horns as a captain and leading by example, but he's now shifting blame to everybody else except for himself. He's blaming the fans, and now he's turning on Emery because Emery didn't back him the way he wanted to. He stripped him of the captaincy and he left him out of games. So, look, let's leave XHAKA where he deserves to be, and that's at the bottom of the barrel. Arsenal fans should no longer waste any time or effort in thinking or talking or hoping that Granit Xhaka has any chance whatsoever coming back into the team. There are plenty other players out there who would be able to adapt squad-like. I said it 1,000 times before. Since XHAKA came into the team, we have not made the top four. That in itself is alarm bells to say he ain't working. He is not the answer, and we need to find a different formula in order for us to get back to where we are. And I believe that answer is Torreira. I really do. But as for the manager who's playing him in the wrong position, that needs to be fixed. Yeah? So let's move on now. Let's talk about Unai Emery. So the narrative over the last few weeks is mostly from the fan base and the media. The fan base is saying he needs to be replaced. And what the media, and I'm talking about Sky Sports, BBC Match of the Day, I'm talking about quite a few people. What they have said is, hold on, pump the brakes. This is a work in progress, and the fans are reacting too quickly out of passion. Well, there's a bit of give and take in those statements, and I do agree that both statements hold up. The fans have a right to have their say, first of all. I've always said this on 101. I've always said this with regards to Arsenal Fan TV. The fans deserve to have their say. But by no means can the fans be right at 100%. It's only our opinion. This has to come from the top. And coming from the top, it has to be the board's decision on whether the ethos, the values, is consistent with what the front office and the owners want. And if you take into consideration that they've spent 18 months, actually, this has happened before 18 months, because 18 months has just been how long Emery's been here. This thing started 12 months before that process. There have been wholesale changes with 9 different people at the front end and the coaching staff that have been employed and implemented in certain positions. It's been a big move for us. There's been a lot of investment and there's been a lot of man hours that has gone in to change everything. Unai Emery is the cherry on the top. So the whole foundation for change has been built underneath him. And let me explain something in that process. You can't simply, and listen, I'm not defending whether Unai Emery should be staying or not. I sat on the fence for a while in regards to that. And I made my decision over a week ago that I think that he should move on. But that's only my opinion. For me, it's give or take. If he stays, fine, he stays. But get us into the top 4 this season. Yeah? Keep building on the positives. Improve your team sheets. Play the players in the positions like Torreira that they're supposed to be playing in. No more round pegs in square holes. And make sure this team is punching above their weight. Those things are not happening at the moment now. But let's be clear. The foundation from the board has been set. And the only thing that is not being accountable for moving things forward is Unai Emery. The decisions that he's making are costing the team right now. And this is what they need to change. And believe me, they have had conversations over the last few weeks that have covered this off because Unai Emery's not stupid. He'd have seen all of the narrative that has been going on over the last fortnight. The meeting with Mourinho and all this stuff. He's well aware of all of that. So Unai Emery would have been talking to the board in terms of, look, if you guys don't back me, I can't do my job. Yeah? Tell me that you're all in and then we can move forward together. So somewhere along the line, they've had that conversation and the board has come out and give him the vote of confidence, which, as I said before, the vote of confidence is just, you got a couple of months or a couple of games or however it takes to show us some improvement. And really that's what it is. The board giving him their backing is just saying to him that they want to see an uphill trend of improvement. Take that how you will. But right now, the team's failing all over the place. And guys, listen, for all those people who are saying Emery out, you have to be honest with yourself that this team has replaced 90% of its starters. Only Ozil, Bellerin, and if you take in Holding, are there from the old regime. Everybody else is fresh. Yeah? Outside of maybe Klasnachu, again, has lost his place to Tony anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But most of the players are new. Manchester City, even Klopp with Liverpool has been 3 years in the making. This is their 4th season. And they nearly won the league last year in their 3rd season of change. But it's taken Klopp 4 years to get this far with his team. That's 8 transfer windows. We have had 18 months and 3 transfer windows, and you can't even count the second one because in January this year we didn't spend nothing. So in effect, Unai Emery has had 2 transfer windows in 18 months, and we're calling for change. So listen, like I said, I am in no way defending Unai Emery. For me, I think he's just fundamentally doing things wrong, and he's not at the level he was a year ago when he took over. And I'm talking about shape, tactics, formation. I'm talking about the whole 9 yards. So for me, the reason why I'm saying that we should move on from him is because I feel he's going backwards. Should he get to that point of stability again over this coming season, then yes, I would give him time. But at the moment, I don't see that improvement from him. So I'm only trying to play devil's advocate here, guys. Yeah? I'm only trying to look at this from a different point of view, a different perspective that the board is looking. Remember, we are only paying for season tickets. The board are funding pretty much the whole changes that are going through the coaching staff, the front office, head coach, the lot. So from their perspective, this is a work in progress and they have to see it through, because in this instance, you can have cold feet and have a knee-jerk reaction and quit on your laurels at the first sign of trouble. You can do that. But it seems like this board is looking at what's going on in the fan base and looking at what's going on in the media, and they were quick to just stamp it out. So that because listen, by all accounts, it doesn't help the team, it doesn't help the players, and it doesn't help the manager when they have to listen to us saying Emery out, the team shit, we're not producing, it's a waste of time. That is the complete opposite to what Liverpool fans were doing when Klopp took over, and they were just supporting their team, win, lose or draw, finishing outside the top 6. The Kop sang and screamed at the top of their voices to support their team. That's not what the Arsenal fan base are doing. And some people have called us toxic. But listen, speak for yourselves, because that's only a section of fans. We're not all the same, and we all have our different opinions. We have it on 101, we have it in Goon Squad, on Arsenal discussions on Facebook, we have it on Arsenal Fan TV. We have it all across the globe. We're not all the same. Don't paint us with the same brush. We all have our different opinions, and that's all they are, just opinions. In the face of it, we all want the same thing, which is success from our team. And when we don't see the success, we're disappointed, sure. But the players have to know that we fully back them 100%. And when I say back your team, that's important. That's a statement which I live and die by, because I've supported other teams from other sports who have never won a championship. Some of those teams, like the Washington Redskins, have only made the playoffs 3 times in the last 2 decades. And this season, we're having our worst season ever. we're 1-8. 1 win and 8 losses. And the fan base has been decimated. People ain't even turning up to the stadium. Stadium's full of all the opposing fans instead of the Redskins fans. And Arsenal haven't seen those things. When I hear Arsenal fans come on social media and talk about failure, you don't know what failure is. Failure is not getting out of the top 4 for you guys. Failure is not putting a string of results in for you guys. Failure is not winning trophies. Yeah? I know what failure is. And this ain't failure. Arsenal still have a competitive team. They're still spending wisely. They're still following their policies. And at times, you know, let's think of last season. 8 games before the end. Actually, it wasn't even 8. It was 7 games. After 31 games, Arsenal got into 3rd place and were looking cozy to finish in the top 4. And then that Palace game happened and everything capitulated. Our form, we got bossed up by Wolves and Leicester away from home. We got murdered in the Europa Cup final, and it doesn't look like we've actually recovered from that. It looks like whatever happened on the back end of last year has followed through into this season. So there are some fundamental problems that we have to work with. I mean, Emmanuel Petit's now come out and talked about Thierry Henry and Vieira should take over the Arsenal team. Look. All I'm saying is, unless we give it time, we're not going to be able to see what these changes are going to do for us, because everything is broken right now. Everything is wrong. Everything is wrong. And as a fan base, we have to know that. We have to know that these things take time to fix. Remember, if Liverpool ain't won a title, Premiership title, in over 30 years. Klopp's been there 4 years now, and he's had 8 transfer windows, and he's still working on winning. There is, you know, people talking about their clear favourites. Last year, I said they were going to win the title in the summer. Christmas came, they were 10 points ahead of Man City, and I turned around and said to you lot, told you so, Liverpool are going to win the title, they're going to win something big. They ended up blowing that lead, but they still won a Champions League, so they still won something big. But what my point is that you have to have faith. I'm not a Liverpool fan, and I had faith that they were going to win something big last year and that they're going to win the title this year. Arsenal fans have to have that faith that things are going to get better. It might not be in your time scale, but it will be in a time scale in adjacent to change. And change takes time. Change is something that doesn't happen overnight. And that's with everything. Guys, that's with your job, your relationships, your children's education. It's with sporting teams. It's with business companies at the highest levels with CEOs. So guys, listen, let's just take that there and focus on it and hope that this change will come to pass. Peace. Speak to you soon. Right back at you guys. Peace out.